At least 4 people have died after torrential rain unleashed flash flooding across Kentucky, where emergency crews continued searching for survivors Sunday as officials worked to assess the damage and seek federal disaster assistance. Governor Andy Beshear said the storms dumped up to 8 inches of rain in parts of the state, killing at least 4 people and prompting more than 60 rescues and evacuations. While we are still in the search and rescue phase, we are also working quickly to survey damage to submit a request for federal assistance, Beshear said Sunday. People have lost their homes and so much more, and this type of support will be essential as we work to recover and rebuild together. Beshear declared a state of emergency Saturday and urged residents to stay off the roads after dark, saying a motorist was swept away and killed by the floodwaters. We know we've already lost at least a handful of Kentuckians. I don't want to lose any more. Be safe, everyone, he said in a video message. In Madison County, 3 adults died in the flooding, County Coroner Jimmy Cornelison said. Their identities have not been publicly released. Cornelison said one of the 3 was a man who was killed in a weather-related car accident. He said the 2 others are a man and a woman killed in a flooded basement. He said all 3 were 40 to 59 years old. Kentucky State Police Trooper Brian Washer said one of 2 juveniles who were trapped in a Ford Mustang that had entered a flooded creek in Hardin County died Sunday at Norton Children's Hospital in Louisville. The driver, a 44-year-old man, was treated at a hospital for minor injuries and released before being booked into Hardin County Detention Center based on an allegation of driving under the influence, Washer said. DUI and weather were both a factor in this collision, he added. The other juvenile was also treated for minor injuries and released, and the incident was under investigation, the trooper said. Emergency responders carried out water rescues from flooded vehicles and homes throughout the weekend. 5 search and rescue teams were deployed to Madison County, where high-axle vehicles were being used to reach stranded residents. 17 cities and counties, Bullitt, Clinton, Cumberland, Girard, Grayson, Jackson, Jessamine, Madison, Meade, Mercer, Metcalfe, Spencer counties, and the cities of Albany, Brandenburg, Burkesville, McKee, and Muldrow declared local states of emergency. After it reported a moderate dam failure on Saturday, Bullitt County issued an urgent evacuation notice advising some residents in Lebanon Junction to move to higher ground. Hours later, the county reported on Facebook that floodwaters may be starting to recede in some areas, but the danger is not over. Million Bible Church on Tates Creek Road in Richmond was destroyed. Video circulating on social media showed the church's roof collapsed into floodwaters, with debris from the rest of the building surrounding it. Flash floods can develop within minutes to hours of heavy rain, swallowing roads and creating dangerous currents in rivers and creeks. Heavier rain driven by climate change has contributed to more frequent and severe flooding in many parts of the U.S. Floodwaters damaged roadways, school property, and local businesses in Edmonton, following severe weather that swept through south-central Kentucky over the weekend. One of the businesses affected was Honeysuckle Consignment Shop. Owner Melissa Simpson said she estimates the flood caused about $10,000 in damage. Simpson said her store sits next to a creek, and the water rose so fast they had to move their vehicles. The flooding also damaged the parking lot, and they had to wait for the water to recede before they could assess the damage. Water is very powerful, Simpson said. When they say don't turn around, don't drown, it can... Because I watched it go from being ankle high to my windowsills in like a 45-minute period of time, and taking the parking lot out.
Be here a while.
Simpson said the recovery has been difficult. It's just been a lot of tears shedding, she said. Everything I touch, I put a lot of time and effort into it. Did a lot of work to keep the store alive. And it's like, here we are. We got to bounce back again, but I'm strong. This won't get us down, and we'll come back. Just don't know when, but we'll be back. Levi Brookshire, a volunteer firefighter with the Metcalfe County Fire Department, was among those who helped clear water from the store. He said the floodwaters reached about a foot inside the building. It's a very helpful business in this county, Brookshire said. A lot of affordable clothing. Brookshire said he was part of a team that rescued more than 10 people from their homes. He described the road ahead as difficult for the community. A lot of catastrophic hits to businesses here in the county that don't have the insurance because they can't afford it, Brookshire said. I'd say that we will be able to bounce back. We're a tight-knit community. A family was left trapped in their Cumberland County home after flash floods washed out a bridge on the only route in or out of their property. A flash flood emergency was issued for Cumberland County Sunday morning and lasted until 11:15 a.m. Officials in Cumberland County have not received any reports of injuries or fatalities, but say there is extensive damage across the area with several roadways washed away and homes flooded. Nikki and Jennifer Richards say they've lived through flooding before, but this was the highest they've ever seen the water rise in the creek outside their home. It even got up further down in our field there, Jennifer said. We've never seen it that high, and we actually had some mudslides behind the house that came pretty close. They say the rushing water hit its crest around 11 a.m. and was several feet above the bridge that crosses over the creek to get to their home. The flood washed away the road on either side and left a pile of debris on the bridge blocking their only way out. We actually lost our first bridge in 2010, Nikki said. But this here, it stayed up probably about 2 to 3 hours. I've never seen it stay up this long. It still amazes you, that much water in that little time. But the Richards were still in good spirits as they worked to clear the bridge in the sweltering heat. They say they're just happy the water didn't flood their home or take any lives in Cumberland County. Everybody's helping everybody in the community right now, as to be expected with where we live, Nikki said. I just want to say, there's been loss of life during all this in Kentucky. Our hearts go out to them. In Fentress County, officials at Pickett Civilian Conservation Corps Memorial State Park announced several trails located in the park were closed. Due to heavy rainfall and flooding throughout the park, the Lake Trail, Bluff Trail, Lakeview Trail, and Ladder Trail are closed until further notice, officials said. Additionally, the park suspended all boat rentals and closed the swimming beach until further notice. Anyone planning on visiting the park was asked to please use extreme caution, as park rangers were assessing trail and park conditions throughout the park to ensure visitor safety. We appreciate your patience and understanding as we work to safely reopen these areas. Please continue to monitor our Facebook page for updates, the park said. 2 rescues were reported in Cumberland County after flash flooding on Sunday morning. According to Cumberland County EMA Director Greg Carey, a family consisting of a mom and 2 daughters were rescued from McGee Branch Road near Burkesville. Another person was rescued from their vehicle at Pittman Creek. As a result of the flooding, many areas and roadways were washed away. According to Carey, some of the hardest hit roads include Highway 90 West and South Main Street. Additionally, Executive Judge Luke King declared a state of emergency after the multiple rounds of heavy rain and flooding. King said multiple roads across the county have been compromised and asked for people to stay home until the waters recede. Meanwhile, flash flooding is ongoing across parts of southern Indiana and the Louisville metro, and the National Weather Service is urging people to avoid flooded roads. A flash flood warning remains in effect until 12:15 a.m. Saturday for western Clark, Floyd, southwestern Jefferson, and Scott counties. Emergency management reported flash flooding in Henryville, with 1 to 3 inches of rain already fallen and another 0.5 to 1 inch possible. Additional flash flood warnings are also in effect for parts of southern Indiana, including Dubois, Orange, and northwestern Perry counties until midnight, and warnings for Washington County until 11:45 p.m. and Harrison County until 11:15 p.m. Forecasters say flooding could impact creeks, streams, streets, underpasses, and other low-lying areas, especially at night. In Missouri, several Cape Girardeau County roads experienced severe flooding for the second time in less than 1 month. The National Weather Service issued a flash flood warning for Cape Girardeau County until 8:45 p.m. on Friday. Cape Girardeau police say water is over several roads in Cape Girardeau. Police are asking drivers to stay off the roads if possible. It only takes a couple of inches of water to wash you off the roadway, said Patrolman Bobby Newton. The best advice is to stay home, not drive in this until the water recedes. In a Facebook post, the Cape Girardeau Police Department said several roadways were impacted, and vehicles were stalled after attempting to drive through flooded areas. Heartland news crews have witnessed flooding and standing water at the town plaza and near the intersection of Bloomfield Road and South Kings Highway. Brenda Kurtz submitted a photo of water over the road and in ditches on South Kings Highway in Cape Girardeau. In a social media post, the city of Jackson warned drivers not to drive through flooded streets, drive around barricades, or move barricades.
Check out my yard.
Spencer County is under a state of emergency after heavy rainfall lead to flash flooding. Crews have been out making rescues and trying to clean roads, but there are several collapsed roads and at least one mudslide reported. Many in the county are watching the water levels closely, including Mike Smith. It's been 6 inches of water non-stop, just flooding taking Crops roads, Smith said. Smith can only recount one other time he's seen a flooding situation, like the one on Saturday. I haven't seen it since 1980 that it took the tops of the bridges like it has this time, he said. 4th of July 80, we had 5 inches of rain in 4 or 5 hours, and it just flooded everything. It hauled cars, houses, trailers, everything away. Several roads, including Plum Ridge Road, will remain closed until Monday, according to officials. This road, it's not uncommon for the water to go over the road here, but it's uncommon for the water to do what it did today. Smith spent his Saturday morning working to navigate around the flooding, checking on his 1,900 acres of crops. So far, the news wasn't good. Water's been over them, it's laid them down, it's got some silt washed in on top, brush and debris and that kind of stuff, Smith explained. With more rain in the forecast for Saturday evening, he only has one choice, to take it in stride. Whatever God gives us is what we gotta take, Smith said.
I don't know.
Officials are continuing to spread the message of turnaround, don't drown. Local agencies and residents have shared photos of the heavy rainfall that led to flooding in some parts of East Tennessee Sunday. Over the last 24 hours, parts of Tennessee have seen up to 5 inches of rainfall, according to radar estimates. However, most of East Tennessee was on a drying trend by Sunday afternoon. Woman dead after trying to save son from high waters in Powder Springs. Many agencies have issued warnings and cautions, telling drivers to turn around, don't drown. Even small amounts of water can be dangerous. The CDC said that floods rank second in weather-related deaths in the United States. The flooding led to road closures such as Burden Hill Road in Sevierville, which is closed near the intersection with Eastgate Road as of 3:10 p.m., police said. A rock slide caused by the rain has closed State Route 90 in Campbell County, according to the Tennessee Department of Transportation. The storms also led to power outages in multiple counties. Piedmont Road in Jefferson County was temporarily closed, although it is now back open. 4 people even had to be evacuated from a home due to rising water, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said.